All right, you guys, I am here. I am just currently putting my hair up so that it doesn't get in the way. I'm doing a little top knot on the top of my head. Just get this crazy curly hair out of here. Okay. All right, so this is a little misleading because this is not what I'm drawing. Oh, hello, unknown smiley face, and oh, hello, Gloria Karina Fruska. I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, you guys. I'm going to be doing an alcohol marker drawing similar to this, but this is not the one I'm doing today because obviously it's already done. So I actually finished this one yesterday. I think she's so cute. She's got this little, she's like an elf with a hat, and I don't know. She kind of looks like Dua Lipa a little bit, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'm always like, it's always nice when I feel like I get a win because my drawings don't always turn out, exactly how I want them to. But I digress. So the one that I'm doing today is actually this one. Let me get her flipped all the way around. Let me get a paper under it too, because this paper is really thin and sheer, so you can like see right through it. But this is the one I'm doing today. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see. Oh my gosh, hello. You're saying it right. Okay. I've been following you for a very long time. I've always loved your art. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so glad that you have been a part of the process and that you're here today. Oh my gosh, it makes me very, very happy. Well, welcome, welcome. We are going to be drawing this girl here. So she's got a third eye. I threw in this hand last minute. She was not going to have a hand at first, but I really wanted her to. And I just got to say, I'm very proud of myself because I drew this freehand and I think it looks pretty decent for a freehand hand. Say that 5 times fast, a freehand hand. I already have all of my colors picked out today. All right, little side tangent here. Let me zoom out. All right, so little side tangent here. I do a lot of prep work before I actually do a final drawing. So there are a lot of things that happened in order to get to this point. So like a sketch, I did a lot of, I actually transferred her to my iPad and it did a bunch of color comping. Like there's a lot of like little minute details that I do before I get to a final piece. And I actually posted that on my Patreon. So I am constantly putting things on my Patreon page that are behind the scenes, a lot of the prep work. So a lot of the stuff that you guys see here on YouTube is about like 20% of the work. So I like kind of like an iceberg, right? Like you see the tip, but there's a lot that's happening underneath. So you're always welcome to just like stay here on YouTube and get the stuff that's like, that you can see on here. But if you ever want to go on Patreon and subscribe to my Patreon page, like you'll be able to see, like, I think I have over 50 videos, like behind the scenes videos, like different artwork that hasn't even been here on YouTube, like all sorts of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, you will not only get a like archive of drawings, behind the scenes, things like that, but you'll also get to see what led me up to this finished product here that you see and how I got all these colors. So that's a lot, long-winded. And then if not, if you don't want to do those things, you can always just like and subscribe. That makes me very happy. Thank you very much. I'm always happy that you're here no matter what. So let's go ahead and get started. So this should be pretty quick since I kind of already have it all planned out. So let me show you guys the colors that I have here real quick. So I kind of decided to go with, hi, Gloria. Okay, hello, hi. So I have decided to go with a very neutral color palette today. So I am doing this like grayish yellow, clay, sandy beige, and like her skin is just gonna be a regular skin tone. So I really originally, and I tend to like go for more bright colors. I'm so out of breath. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when I just talk and I don't stop and breathe for a second. So just, okay, I can breathe now. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I typically go for like brighter colors. As you can see, Excuse me. Oh, by the way, I have a Patreon video all about how I drew this character too. So that's just an example of some of the things that you see on my Patreon page. Anyways, I digress. You can find that link in my bio. But anyways, so as you can see, I tend to go for brighter colors when I am coloring in my characters per se. I guess they're OCs. Most of them are, like, they're really coming from my brain. So I'm usually except with this one, I'm usually very bright and colorful. So it's kind of funny because this character that I'm drawing today, I originally had the idea in my mind for her to have like dark hair, but then like a really bright shirt and her eyes be really bright. But then as I started putting her together and putting her on my Procreate page, I really was like loving the dark tans and the grays, and her hair is actually going to end up being like a blondish gray. So just so you guys know, that's where we're going with this. Let me get all my stuff. Alrighty. I'm still here, guys. Nobody panic. All right. So, oh yeah, and then her earrings are going to be yellow. So I'm going to use like a Posca marker probably to put in her earrings and things like that. So I get it. That happens to me too. I lose my breath if I talk a lot. I'm glad it's not just me. Because I am like, sometimes I'm like, is that something that can happen? Because like, I know you can lose your breath from like, I don't know, walking up the stairs and stuff. But like, I lose my breath from just like blabbing my mouth. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And I just talk. And you know what? I think that's okay. I'm very kind to myself, so I show myself a lot of forgiveness. All right, you guys, this is let's go back here. This is my color palette that I am using today. So her hair is going to be this grayish yellow. It's sandy beige. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm using Ohuhu markers. So this is Y62 sandy beige. Oh my gosh, my phone never wants to focus. Come on. Sometimes you have to like blur out the background. Yeah, whatever. You guys get the idea. Do you like music? You know what's really funny? Not really. And I know that that's a weird thing to say. I tend, like right now I'm listening to music, but I tend to listen to podcasts when I'm like busy. So I really love video games and I really love listening to video game podcasts. So I love Triple Click. I love Get Played. If you guys have never listened to them, they're all so good. They're so funny and informative. But if I do listen to music, it's usually going to be like a lo-fi situation. Oh, no. I will say though, I really have been digging the new Charlie XCX album. I like the one from Wuthering Heights. I have been loving it. And I did just watch Wuthering Heights over the weekend too, by the way. Okay, real quick though, an aside, this is Eggshell White from the Ohuhu alcohol marker collection. And this is E090 in case anybody is like drawing. Do you like I Love Lori? Is that a singer? I've never heard of Lori. I'm so like not with the times when it comes to music and things like that. All right, I'm gonna start with her like shoulder situation over here. I feel like that's safe. Oh, I'm gonna double check and make sure I'm using the right color. Because I am one to grab the wrong marker. All right, so I need E090. Yes, I have it. And I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so that you can like, all right. On Praise. I do not know who that is. I'm so intrigued. Like I said, I'm always like down to learn something new. I hope this lighting is okay. I can't stand my phone. Like it does really bad lighting. Let me see if I can make this a little bit brighter. Like my phone does this thing where it like darkens everything that I'm drawing or recording. Here, let me do this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, like, do you see that? Like, I have the light turned all the way up. Let's see if I turn it off, if it's any better. No, it's not. Ugh, so annoying. Let me try to get some natural light in here. Ah! I don't know if that makes it any better. All right, that's light off. This is light on. So that makes it a little more yellow, but I think it's a little more bright. Natural light is better. So this is the natural light right here. So if we like that better, I will keep it like that. It's a little bit cooler. It's not so warm, right? So I had to like switch studios, okay, so this is better. Okay, good. I had to switch art studios like twice over the last 6 months. So I'm like constantly, I love the sunglasses. Natural light is better, yes, okay. The sunglasses are very cute. I've had to switch studios a couple times, so I feel like I'm just like constantly like figuring out my light situation, and then I have to change it. So please bear with me as I'm just doing my best. I'm just doing my best. All right, I'm gonna start with this shoulder over here. We're gonna finally do this. Don't forget to like and subscribe for anyone who's watching now or in the future. So this is gonna look really dark on first glance, which I actually wanted it to be a little bit darker, I'll admit. But it will lighten up as it dries because this is, you know, these are alcohol markers. Ooh, this is like feathering a lot, so I have to be very careful. It has been already a bit of a chaotic day for me, so this is actually so therapeutic. I love being able to just sit down and draw with you guys. So this part of her shirt is going to be sheer, so I'm actually going to color that in. And I'm thinking I'm going to go to her collarbone. Even though I am going to draw above it, but it's nice because I have that line to like give me a little bit of a barrier. I do my best to try to break up my work. I have to work really fast here. Thankfully, her hand is going to be the same color, so if I go outside the lines a little bit here, that's totally okay. It's more like her shirt I need to worry about. I'm coming right up to her chin. Because that is a natural line there. But then I'm gonna go like right into it, so I don't lose some of that like inkage. Yeah, I just said inkage. Do you see how fast I'm working, you guys? Like, you have to work so fast with alcohol markers, but then also not make any mistakes. Ah, no pressure. And if anybody's talking to me in the group chat, I will check it here in just a moment. I'm in the war zone right now, so. Admittedly, this is like the scariest part of the whole process. Also, I just realized this song is that we're listening to right now, it's Sonic the Hedgehog from the game. I can dig it. Woo! We made it. Okay, face is done. That is stressful, but we did it. All right, cool. What did I miss? I've also had a crazy day. Okay, volcano head exploding. Glad it's not just me. I mean, I don't want anybody to be having a crazy day, but sometimes it's nice to share in the crazy a little bit. So let me make sure I'm still in my video. And I can really zoom in too. Here, let me do that. I think it's kind of nice to have like a hard zoom in. It's so satisfying. I know, it's satisfying to watch and it's also very satisfying to do. Let's get like way in there. That's part of why I do this, because I always would watch other artists. I mean, I've always been an artist, but I would always watch other. Anything? Can you hear me? Ah, I hate when this happens. Oh, you can hear me now. Okay, cool. I was like, no. Okay, we're back. All right, so what a relief. Thank you for letting me know, Gloria. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, I've been noticing this phenomenon that I've been experiencing when I draw. I am a shorter person, and so I tend to draw looking at, since I'm sit lower, I tend to draw looking at my characters at an angle. So I have been finding that my characters tend to have bigger heads than their shoulders. So they almost have this like Bratz doll effect a little bit, completely unintentionally. But honestly, I feel like it's just kind of becoming a part of my style. Like my characters just have bigger heads, kind of like a bobble. And I think that's, it's kind of like, okay, whatever, I'm not mad about it. All right, so let's do her lips here. So I'm just gonna focus on getting her face done before I go on to her hair and her clothes. So this is, I'm gonna do a combination of these two colors. Wait, no. See, this is why you always, yeah. I'm gonna do a combination of these two colors, if you can see them. So this is, here, can you see? Ah! Pink Flamingo, and then Pear Color. I never know how to do this correctly. But this is gonna go, these are gonna go on top of each other to hopefully get the effect that I'm looking for. I'm gonna start with Pear Color. Let's see, I'm gonna zoom in. That's a good combo. Yes, I hope so. I tested it out on my swatch sheet. So we shall see. I get really nervous drawing in lips because if you make them like too big, you can't undo that, especially if you're doing a darker color. See how it's bleeding a little bit right here, but that's okay. It'll be all right. Really focused right now, you guys. And I can always do more with the other color, but I am pretty happy with that. I don't want to overdo it. I want it to look fairly even. That's the goal. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but it is like feathering a lot. So it's like kind of spreading out a little bit right here, which is like, which is totally fine. What I'm gonna do right from the get-go is kind of just use my pencil to define the line a little bit. Mainly for my own sanity. So I can kind of see what's going on here. So this is just a Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencil in red. I love this pencil. A lot of other artists do too. It's a big hit. All right, I just want to get some definition here before I keep going. All right, I actually really like this color. I don't know if I need to do more. No, I'm gonna stick with my guns and just like I'm gonna do the colors that I was planning because I want it to look a little bit more of this like brownish red right here. Yeah, that's the Pink Flamingo situation. Okay. I'm actually gonna wait. I'm gonna let that dry. So I'm about to do something that's gonna feel really, really shocking. So like nobody panic. That sounds really dramatic, just with my drawing, like not in general. Okay, so this is Y62. All right, so I'm actually going to color in the whites of her eyes with this sandy beige, which is gonna be the same color as her hair. And the reason why is because anytime you have a character that has darker skin like this, you want them to have, oh no, now I'm getting sunlight. It's actually kind of a cool look actually. I'm just gonna do this. Nice. So yeah, anytime you have a character that's like got like darker skin or that's like a little bit more orange, you want the whites of their eyes to not be completely white. So it's gonna look really weird at first, but guys, I promise, just like, this is like a trust the process kind of situation. If anything, it'll just make her look a little more like alien, you know? Oh yeah, that looks really dark. But like I said, I promise you, later, this is gonna look a lot better. It would be really ironic if I actually used the wrong color for that, but I know I did not. All right, so I'm gonna go back in over her lips with my other color to try to make them a little bit darker. And my goal is just for them to be a flat color. Nothing crazy. So I'm not doing any fancy like occlusion highlights here, which I do sometimes. Well, maybe I will. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I kind of like that actually. Wow, I literally lied. I didn't lie, but just changed my mind so fast. So as you can see, her lips are getting like darker and darker as it goes. And just so she doesn't look so wild, I'm going to put in the, like that grayish, I'm gonna like put in the color of her eyes here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I have to leave. Are you live streaming tonight or tomorrow? No, I am not, unfortunately. I'm lucky if I can get in here once a week. Oh, well, I'm lucky if I can get here twice a week, but I will definitely be on here again. Maybe this weekend, potentially. Stay tuned. I'm trying to give people more notice. Okay, so this is gonna be for her. Here we go. Yes. Yeah, just stay, like, if you don't have your notifications on, put those on, because I'm always trying to at least give you guys a little bit of a heads up when I'm doing a live, because I don't want anybody to miss it. Man, she looks a little jaundiced. Like her eyes look a little bit more yellow than what I was thinking. I feel like that yellow betrayed me a little bit. It was supposed to be for that blondish color. This color. I feel like it just feels green in comparison to her skin. This is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it. That's what we're gonna do. And trust the process. All right, so this is her hair color. This is the yellow gray. Here we go. It will all make sense in the end. All right, I think what I'm gonna do, I don't know. I was thinking about like finishing her face now, but I actually think I'm just gonna put in all my flat colors right now and then come back and do, because I want to do shading, like the shadowing behind her, like under her hair and on her face, and then I will come back and do like my highlights and finish everything up. But I think she's looking really good. I'm really excited. Okay, I'll put notifications so I know when you're live or streaming. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want anybody to miss anything. All right, I'm turning on my space heater because I'm getting cold. I am a cold girly. I am always cold. All right, let's do her hair. I'm constantly checking my swatches. Let me zoom out a little bit. Constantly checking my swatches to make sure I'm grabbing the right marker. Because Lord knows I've definitely grabbed the wrong marker a few times. It has been catastrophic. All right, I'm gonna come away from the shadow. Anytime I say something like that, I think of like Lord of the Rings. She's like, go back to the shadows. Yeah, this yellow-ish gray, it's turning out to be a little darker than I expected, but I think it's still gonna look really good by the end. Also, I don't really have anything banking on this, so it's like, if one thing goes wrong, or if one drawing doesn't go the way I want it, like, it's not the end of the world. I have bigger fish to fry. But I am trying to learn to trust the process. That is very... That's important. It's literally what I hear every artist say all the time. Trust the process. I will say one of my trust the process drawings was, we'll come back. This was a trust the process drawing because her skin, I started with her skin and it was looking very orange. So this is not even that orange as this. Like, it was looking so orange and I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And I was so nervous. But then once I put everything in, she's actually one of my favorite characters that I've drawn. So I am trusting the process for this one too. Oh my gosh. Hello! Why is that artist on here never get views? Uggs. I know. Trust me, I understand. I do my best to try to like get myself out there and promote my videos, but I don't know. I'm actually starting to think that there are just like a lot of the artists that have been doing this like since like the boom, like COVID, and then also before that, like the boom of Instagram and the boom of YouTube. Like, I think those are the artists that are constantly just doing so well because, I mean, they're veterans. Like, they've been on here for so long. So it's really, really hard for newcomers to come in and share the space. Someone like me, who literally just wants, like, I just want to share my art with the world. But it's hard when I feel like I can't get myself to the rest of the world, if that makes sense. Okay, so there's her blondie blonde hair. So I think this is turning out, yeah, this is turning out pretty good. I think once I get her shirt and stuff like that in, that's gonna really make a difference. So let's do that next. So I want this shirt to like look like it's sheer. So I'm just gonna go right, like a color right over her skin. Oh, here comes my lighting again. Oh my gosh. The colors are so nice. Oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. Hi, I love your drawing so much. You're so talented. Thank you so much. Valanda, oh my goodness. Thank you. Unknowingly Dead. I really like the art though. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I also very much debated on these colors. I tend to go for light colors. So thank you for saying that. It's very validating. I was very unsure about like a more grayish neutral palette. It's very, I'm nervous about colors all the time. I get laughed at for this because people are like, you're an artist, Renee. But I'm like, no, just because you're an artist does not mean you're good at color theory. Which is like, that's my reality. That's very true for me. I am not good at color theory. I work hard at it, so it looks like I am, but no. I'm not good at picking a good color palette. In pretty much every area of my life, I'm gonna be honest. Like, don't come to me for fashion advice. Oh man. All of like my fashion dreams come true through my characters that I draw. All right, that's gonna dry a little less yellow, if I remember correctly. Okay, so next I have this is called, this color is, color theory is what ruins my art most of the time. Yes, thank you for also validating my experience. So like, color theory is like, I don't entirely understand it. Oh, also like and subscribe, guys, all that stuff. Cool, thanks. But no, like, color theory is so interesting to me because you're always told to like look at the color wheel, right? And the color wheel is supposed to tell you what colors are like complementary and what colors are like the triadic colors. So for those of you who don't know, here, I will show you on my, hold on a second. Pause on the drawing for just a second. All right, let me go to like a blank page here. What? No, that's not a blank page. Okay. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, for color theory, you have your color circled like your disc, right? So complementary colors are colors that fall across from each other on the color wheel This was just like a little art lesson with me. So, or actually, this is a lesson why I don't understand color theory. How about that? So colors that are across from each other are supposed to complement each other and look good. So if I were to take this yellow, right, and color it, let me do that. Okay, that's yellow, right? So technically the color directly across from it, this purplish color, is supposed to be the best color combo to go with it. So you might do something where you like, you do a lot of purple and you just do a little bit of yellow, right? Like, oops, yeah. And you just do a little bit of yellow, and that's supposed to be like the best color combo. I'm really proving myself wrong right now, but it's, but technically, sometimes the reason why I get confused is because, okay, say like pink and green are complementary colors. So I'm like, okay, fine, pink and then green. And I'm like, every time I draw with these two colors, I think that they like, I feel like they don't look good together. Which again, I feel like I'm kind of debunking myself because that kind of looks good together. I digress. The color theory is just confusing to me, okay? This actually proves my point because now I'm confused because I feel like these look good together, but most of the time they don't. Whatever. Color theory is supposed to help you find harmony with your colors like these. This is the triadic color theory. So I'm just using my Procreate right now. So this is giving me this yellow color. And then I go back over here and I get this blue color. And these are technically supposed to be all colors that work well together right here. And they do. So maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Oh my gosh. Wicked. You are so skilled. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. One of these days I'll have to do like a Procreate drawing live because I think it's a lot of fun to do stuff on here too. And I know a lot about it, so I can always like give tips and stuff like that. I'm always happy to share. So where were we? Ah, yes. So this is really gonna bring this piece together. So I'm gonna do her shirt portion right here. So it's gonna be fairly dark. And I wanna be careful because this is the darkest, oops, part of the drawing, so I don't want to mess this up, you know, because this will be the most obvious. Also, this music is, it's vibey, it's a vibe, very jazzy. Oh my gosh, happy Chinese New Year, everybody. Is anybody tuning in from China right now? Well, I guess it's probably, they're on the other side of the world from me, so they may be asleep or partying. Just saying. So this looks a little brown. It will dry more of like a grayish brown. At least it should. Okay. So do you see how that now makes this like top portion of the shirt look sheer? That was the intended effect. All right, so now here comes the fun / hard part. I am going to do shading. All of my shading is going to be done with this grayish cherry color. Cool. PFP highs kind of reminds me. Oh, wait, whoa. There's a lot of people talking. I'm so sorry, you guys. Not gonna lie, all your vids inspired to draw myself. Valanda, BW7. Well, Valanda, I mean, I think you should. You should draw something and then tell us what you're drawing. And I'm a big advocate of like share it with the world. Like, so show everybody what you draw, no matter what, whether it turns out how you wanted it to or not. The world deserves to see your art. Wow, thank you, Soda Tabs. Kind of reminds me of coffee. It kind of does seem like coffee a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe that can be her name, or her name can be like because she's just an OC. Like, I don't really have it. Like, she's not based off anybody, so maybe her name can be like Latte or something. I think that'd be kind of cute. Hi, Soda Tabs, Cool PFP, Valanda, hi. Yeah, everybody say hi. Happy Chinese New Year. Let's do this. So I'm gonna use this, ooh, yeah, this yellow gray to put in her nails real quick. Ooh, that is a little intense here. That's okay. The nice thing is I'm gonna go over everything later with a, like with a fine liner to make everything look a little more defined. Alrighty, so now I'm going in with Grayish Cherry. So this is going to be my, how do I say this? This is gonna be my shadow marker. So it's gonna like act as like a screen. I personally drew my profile picture. I mainly focus on anthro or more furry characters. Yes, we love a furry character. I don't think I have like I don't have any true furries in this book. But I do love giving my characters like horns and elf ears. Let me see. Do I have any? No, no furry characters in this book. I think I have a couple in my sketchbook. Let me see. She's a devil. You guys are getting a little peek at my art book. One of these, actually, I plan on doing a sketchbook tour with just like my pencil sketchbook. Here, actually, I'll show you guys real quick. Let me see. All right, hold on. I'm coming. Oh, okay, okay. All right, so yeah, so this is my sketchbook. So I think there might be a couple like furry-esque characters, like characters with ears and stuff like that. But I don't want to show you guys too much, but I'm gonna be doing a sketchbook tour video, so not a live. Oh man, I feel like I just saw one, a character with ears or something like that. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna be doing a sketchbook tour video, not a live, but a video here soon. So by soon, I mean within like the next month or so, guys. So please try to curb your expectations. But I'm excited because I finished my sketchbook and I want to show it to you guys. Oh my gosh. You're so kind and talented though. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. I try to be as kind as possible. This is a safe space for everybody, right? Like I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable, including myself. All right, I'm going to show you guys real quick how this shading thing goes. So this is going to act like a screen over my whole drawing. So this is a very light purplish color. So this is going to look different over the darker brown, over the blonde, over the skin. So it'll be really interesting to see how this turns out, again, in practice. Just kind of getting her armpit situation here. So I'm just kind of gonna go wherever there would be a little bit of shading. Like under her hand. Really focused here, guys. So if you're in the chat, I will be right there. So do you see how it's like really faint and you can still kind of see the color underneath? That's what I'm trying to achieve, at least. So with her shading right now, with her hand, I'm trying to give the effect that her hand is away from her body, but that her fingertips are touching. That is the goal. All right, there we go. Yes, and your voice is so like uplifting almost. I'm not good with words. Thank you. I'm very flattered that you said that. And second, I will say I really enjoy my own company. And so I think like the thoughts in my own head and the way I talk to myself are very uplifting and kind. So I feel like that just like, I've just kind of always been that way. I think maybe it's an artist thing too. Like you have to be kind to yourself. So I think like that just comes out naturally when I talk to other people too. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate that. Also, I want these videos to feel like positive, also relaxing, uplifting. Guys, look at the difference that makes. Just that little bit of purple in there. Does that, I don't know. To me, I feel like that already makes such a difference. Hopefully you guys can see it all right. Oh my gosh. I am really loving how this is turning out. Okay, so now this is like the scary part because I'm gonna get into her face, neck area. Oh, there's my light again. Guys, I live in Ohio and the weather changes seemingly every 2 minutes. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but I kind of mean it. Let me just come out a little bit. Trust the process, you guys. Ugh. This probably seems like a little bit intense that I'm just like going in over my drawing with this purple marker. Like, what are you doing? There's a reason though, I promise. All right. Alrighty, I am liking this. I think it looks good so far. Okay, I'm taking a break because this is like nerve-wracking. Alright, give her a little thing right here to indicate the top of her nose. Alrighty. Alright, I'm very focused right now. So I'm not talking. Because this can make or break a drawing, I think. So you're shading. Alright, last part. And then I can take a deep breath. Woof, okay, taking a break. That was a lot there. Okay, so now she's starting to look real, like her line art is starting to fall back a little bit. So this is around the time where I now start to go in with line art, with highlights, etc., etc. So this is the fun part. I'm like trying to decide if I want to shade her ears or not. I might leave them for the moment because I do want them to stick out because her hair is tucked behind her ears. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Robert Flag, this looks so good. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I am really, really happy with how she's coming out. Alrighty, taking a drink. taking a break. Reminder to anybody else watching this to take a water break. Yeah, that's the stuff. Okay. I am sweating, and not because it's warm in here. All right, so I am gonna go back in very bravely. I'm gonna go back in over her lips. And I wanna make sure I'm using the right color. Yeah, this is the right color. Because I do want them to be just a little bit darker. I'm gonna do this one. The thing about alcohol markers is they do layer on top of themselves very nicely, but they can look, what's what I'm looking for? Like they can look like they got too, like the paper got too wet. I don't know what, like, in artistic terms that is called. But you don't want to look like you just like dropped a bunch of paper on the water. Like that can happen. And we do not want that. All right, let me get my grayish cherry. I'm gonna just do this here. Guys, I like how she looks so far. I'm very happy with this. So this is around the time where I kind of have to say like, okay, I don't want to overdo it, because I'll give you an example of a situation where I did not overdo it. So, all right. So this is a situation where I did not overdo it. As you can see, I don't know why I can't say the word overdo. Words are hard. I'm not always good with words. So this is a situation where I did not overdo it. I really like the simple blue, orange, yellow. Very, like, everything stayed very simple and nice. I went in with the line work just like a little bit more than what I originally had. So her neck shadow, everything, I really like how it turned out. Now, this one I overdid it. Now, in my defense, this is a full body character, so I'm not used to doing those. I usually just do like busts. But I tried to add sparkles to her outfit. I don't know. I tried to do darker line art to try to make up for it. And it's just like, I just didn't stop, and I just kept going. And I did not like how she turned out, just to my own standards. So this is an underdo. This is something where I'm happy with the amount that I did. This is an overdue. I overdid it on this. I tried to give her blush. I tried to use purple line art for her hair. It just like, it all ended up looking too garish by the end. So excuse me, I just burped. Oh my goodness. Hi there. Sorry to stop in and run back out, but I'm a mod for another channel. Okay, go be a mod. That's very important work. But I am glad you popped in. Hi. Come back in and check on me when you're done, if I'm still here. So yeah, so this is an example of not overdoing it. Like, so you guys get the idea. So I really want to make sure that I'm stepping back and not doing more than what I want to do. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do highlights. Yeah, I'm gonna do that next. So for these, first things first, let me get this little spot. So I want it to look like she's got like her teeth, kind of. Hopefully that doesn't sound weird. Yeah, like her mouth is partially open, but you can still kind of see her teeth right there. Ooh, do you see what that did? That looks good. But let me get in the light a little bit more. All right, guys, this is my favorite part, so don't leave if you're already tuned in, but oh man, the highlight part is my absolute favorite. All right, let me get nice and zoomed in here. Honestly, when I first came into your stream, I thought it was digital art. EJ too. Also, I think the purple line art was a great choice. Well, thank you. Also, thank you for saying you thought it was digital art. Like, that is a very, very great compliment, and I really appreciate that. Here, I'm gonna turn on the light a little bit. No. That was worse. All right, guys, time for highlights. This is my favorite, also least favorite. This is like the scariest part of the process. So I'm gonna highlight, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make her eyes a little bit darker here so that they really pop when I go to put in the highlights. Oh, hello. That got real dark, didn't it? Okay. There we go. That looks a little bit more, I don't know, like eyes. Alrighty, so for her lips and her nose. So unfortunately this gel pen is like dying on me. So this is just a traditional gel pen that I just got like online. I have to draw, oh wait, no, that's not even the one I want. This one like really sucks. All right, hold on. Sorry, gel pen. You did serve me well, but I need something else. All right, here. Where's my other gel pen? Oh no, maybe that was my good gel pen. I swore I had a different one that worked better. Oh no. Okay, I guess that was my good gel pen. Ah, shoot. Sorry for dissing you, little gel pen. Okay, so... Alright, so usually I have to write on my own skin first to get like the ink flowing. And then I go in with my highlights. So wish me luck. Oh my gosh, look at this. Alright, you know what? No. You know what? No. I did this last time and my highlights went all over the place and I was very upset about it. So I'm going to do it differently. So I'm going to use, let me zoom out for just a moment. I'm going to use a Posca pen and I'm going to create like a little well of water or a little well of paint over here. So I'm going to just like put a bunch on my paper and then I'm going to dip into it to do my highlights. And I'm just going to use something pointy to do it. But now I need to find something pointy. Alright, this is what I'm going to do. Alright, I am going to use literally just a mechanical pencil to dip into the highlights to draw them on. We're going to see if this works. Oh boy. Send me good wishes, you guys. Alright, so so this is my little well of paint and I'm gonna move it right away now so that I don't accidentally draw or drop it on my page. This is how I'm doing little highlights here. I should really get like a tiny paintbrush, but alas, I don't feel like getting up and looking for it. There's my nose. Ooh, no, that's not good because it's making the ink dark. Alright, bear with me, guys. I just need something pointy that is not lead. Still looking for something pointy. All right. I'm going to go get a toothpick. I'm going to go get a toothpick. I'm going to actually just go downstairs and do it. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Toothpicks and small child acquired. Hold on a second. Is that the key still here? No, oh, is that too? Okay. Is that alright? Yeah. Now you can hear it. Alright, let's do this thing. Let's put in these highlights. I can take that out. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay. Alright, my favorite part of the whole thing. We are going to do the highlights for this here girly. This is the part that I get really nervous about. I'm nervous about everything if you can't tell, but I get really nervous about highlights. Because I just feel like they can make or break a drawing. Alrighty. Taking all of my focus and concentration. Okay. Ooh, see? That is way too much. See if I can scrape some of that off because that got a little out of control. That's much better. There we go. Let's see if I can avoid that again. There we go. Kind of looks like she's got vampire teeth now, a little bit. Yeah, it does. I did not mean to do that. I might scrape those off later. I don't hate it, but... Ugh, okay. Alright, now same thing with her eyeballs, and I want to be very careful. Ugh, not a strong suit of mine. Highlights. There we go. That was more the effect I was looking for. Right there. Hey, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. And I think when I go in and do the shadows or the like the eyelashes and all that stuff, I think it'll make a big difference. Oh yeah, I am totally getting rid of these little guys right here. She looks like she's got vampire teeth. That was not what I wanted to do. Well, highlights definitely make a difference. Not quite the one I was looking for though. Alright, somebody tell me like a good white gel pen, like, cause I feel like I am constantly on this struggle. And he just goes on way too thick. Maybe I just need to get like a really fine precision, what's it called? Like a brush. Something like that, because this got way too dark and out of control. Alright, that's looking a little bit better, like toning down some of this white. there we go. That's a little bit better. I'm happier with that. Let's make this nose highlight a little bit brighter. That nose deserves a highlight. Okay, so this is around the time that I start to go in with fine liners. Also, I'm trying to get rid of some of this extra Posca paint right here. What a bummer. Yeah, I think I'll just be able to remedy that with some fine liners. I think she still looks good though. I'm not too stressed about it. See, this is around the time where I start to like overdo it, like I was talking about. Like this is where you can really, yeah, like overdo it. All right, let me see here. Let me grab my pencil sharpener. All right, let me zoom out just a tad. There we go. Ooh, got real bright all of a sudden. Telling you, the sun comes and goes as she pleases around here. It's buck wild. All right, there we go. Wow, those highlights look so intense. I do wonder if there's a way that I can calm them down somehow. All right, I think that looks a little bit better. I kind of remedied her lips. Tried to give her a little like nice specular highlights right here. Did not quite go as planned. But that's art. Not everything goes as planned. I think that's okay. Alright guys, now it's time for the fine liner portion where I go back in and I really like define my lines. Especially these. There we go, that's a little bit better. And then I'll go in with like even darker here in a minute. See the difference that makes? Just that one like application of liner. It's so amazing like what happens, whoops, when you give somebody eyelashes. Oh, there's my light again. Oh my goodness. The sunshine just comes and goes. Gotta love it. All right, now you guys can see a little bit better. Get this guy right here. And there it goes. Sunshine gone, just like that. That's Ohio for you, baby. All All right, those highlights are looking less and less intense, which is what I wanted. I wanted those to come down a little bit, and they have. And if you think you can hear Peppa Pig in the background, you can. That is my daughter watching Peppa Pig. She is their biggest fan. And by they, I mean the people who make Peppa Pig, I guess. Oh. Ooh, my neighbor's car sounds rough. Hope they're okay. Jeez. All right, guys, this is definitely looking a little bit better. Thought I ruined it with those highlights earlier. Really starting to get towards a place where I might stop soon. Eventually. More than anything, I want her face to look mostly fleshed out. Like literally. Yeah, that looks nice. I always forget, like, a character needs eyebrows. That's so important to look like a real human being, you know? I don't know if I'd call her a human being, though, now that I think about it. She kind of feels more like a fae creature or something like that. There's my sunshine. Hello, sunshine. Welcome back. Welcome to the party. Alrighty. Let's get in the light again. My light keeps moving. Oh my goodness. There we go. This happened in my old art studio. Like, I kept having to move my camera as the light would move. All right, so I am gonna do the darker places of her eyes. The places that I want to be a little bit darker. Yeah. I might even get a little darker than that. I'm gonna have to get like my my darker felt pen. We'll see, just a little bit at a time. I like doing layers, you know? Oh my gosh, sounds like someone's screaming, but it's just Peppa Pig. Promise. I'm definitely feeling a lot better about this, that's for sure. I was feeling a little skeptical initially when I did her highlights on her lips and her eyes. But now that like the darker line work is going in, again, just trust the process. I always don't trust the process, and I should. It's always served me well in the past. need to remember to do it in times like these. There we go. There we go. Her eyes are really starting to take a lot more shape now, too, which I really love. You like that? All right, same with her mouth. There we go. Yay! Oh my gosh, my lighting. This is just driving me absolutely crazy. I feel like anytime I do a live stream, Ohio just seems to want to do like this like sunny, not sunny, sunny, not sunny thing. I guess it's just my lot in life, you know? Can you guys see that? Goodness gracious. What a mess. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, I think I might grab a darker pen just to get into a little bit more of the spaces around the eyes, but I'm pretty happy with how she's looking in all the other areas. So I don't want to overdo it. Oh yeah, and then she also needs earrings. I just have to get my white or my yellow marker for that. My acrylic marker. There we go. Just kind of trying to get the darker lines that I really want to stand out. There we go. I like to do my lines darkest around where lines meet. Oopsies. Not sure what happened there. That's okay. Oh no, we're losing our light again. Oh my gosh. I never thought I would like want it to not be sunny. It's so funny. I'm like, sun, please go away. You're messing up my art. Who would have thought? It's because I'm a natural Floridian. I was born in Florida, so I'm just kind of like, I got enough sun in my lifetime in more ways than one. Let's see here. Now it's getting hard to see because the light is so bright. Ah! Oh my gosh. It is so sunny over here. I almost need sunglasses. Mamma mia. Alrighty. I might stop here, especially since my lighting is being all wonky. Like, I think I might need to stop here and come back. Yeah. I will say, I will give her her earrings and her little dots under her eyes, because I feel like that's really gonna make it look like complete, in my eyes at least. Yeah, I need all of this to look a little bit darker. I feel like the more I go in with this marker right there, though, it's looking darker and darker, which is what I want. Alrighty. Am I out of my camera? Okay. Oh my gosh, just lighting. It's all right. I mean, the lighting's kind of moody, if we're being honest. All right, so this is where I might do a little bit of like, yeah, give the lips a little more like definition. Alrighty. My playlists usually get to a point where I'm like, I have no idea what's playing from what I originally turned on. Alrighty. I think I'm pretty okay with stop. Oh no, I do want to do this. I'm gonna get kind of just a little bit along this green line. Don't know how much it's gonna actually do. Just to give it a little more definition, if anything. I think I'm like, need to zoom out a tad. There we go. Alrighty. Yeah. And then when I turn off this video, I'm literally gonna be like, nose to the paper, trying to get final details. That's what I always do. Okay, so just her earrings last, and her rings, and then that is it. Now it's just a matter of picking the right thing. So I've got all these Posca markers. So I think these are the same yellow, but we're just gonna, I used to have this nice pale yellow, and I don't know where that is. I do want a bright yellow, but I don't know if I want them to be this bright. So we're gonna see. Because this is what I'm gonna use for the earrings and for the little spots under her eyes. You could always mix it with the white. Yeah, that's a little bit bright there. Let's see what this one is. Oh, and that's like a darker orange. That's not what I was looking for. Also, my Posca marker is leaking everywhere. Ah. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. All right. Okay, everybody. It's getting a little out of control here. I really just need to get actually like just acrylic paint. That would be ideal. Alright, we're just gonna mix. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Wow, I'm such a good YouTuber. Look at me. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. Alright. So I'm just mixing these colors so that I can give my character some earrings. Aw, Trippy Pen 8, subscribe. Thank you, Trippy Pen 8. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's see. I think that's probably gonna be good. Maybe a little more yellow. Yeah, like and subscribe, everybody. I'm not very good at doing that. Gotta advocate for my channel a little bit more here. All right, let's give her some earrings. Let's see here. Yeah. They are gonna be a little bit thicker. I'm just getting the initial line. I don't know about you guys, but I find this to be very satisfying. Oh, I need to get into my, there we go. And yes, I am using a toothpick because I don't have any like fine, what are they called, paintbrushes? Though that would be really helpful at the moment, so. True artist I am. A true artist I am. All right, let's do this here. Okay. I wanted these to be kind of, oh shit. Oh shoot, I just cussed on YouTube Live. Hopefully nobody heard that. All right. Hopefully the YouTube gods didn't hear that. Whoever's in charge. Are you allowed to cuss on YouTube? I actually don't even know. All right, I think that looks pretty good. But you know me, I'm an artist. I gotta overkill it. I'm really good at beating a dead horse. All right, and then she's got these little dots under her eyes. And then her rings. Last but not least, this girl needs her jewels, all right? A girl needs her jewelry. Starting to look a little sloppy here, guys. That means I'm just getting tired. Woof. Okay, done. Kind of. Let me fix this. There we go. I'm okay with it. No, I'm not. Now I am. All right. She's done. I do think after this dries, I will probably go in and add like a little white highlight or something. Maybe, let's see. I might just do this. Yeah, there we go. That's actually what I want to do. I gotta sign it and then I'm out of here. And I'm done. I'm pretty happy with her. She doesn't look exactly how I imagined, but they never do, so that is okay. And I actually am really happy with this. I think she looks really good. I like the added touch that the yellow gives. She just looks a little bit more like regal, maybe. I'm pretty content with that. Yeah. I have no idea what her name, oh, I think we named her Latte earlier. Since she's like this like brownish color. So her name is Latte. Everybody say hello and goodbye to Latte because I am out of here. I am done. So this lighting right now is so bad. Let me get out of the sun for just a moment. There we go. That's a lot better. That feels a lot more finished. I will say those specular highlights are very frustrating on her eyes. They feel way brighter than what I was expecting. But I don't necessarily think they ruin it either. I'm gonna do this, see if this helps a little bit. Make her eyes a little bit wider, like whiter. I don't know if that helps anything, but I think it lightens up, like brightens up her eyes. Maybe same with her lips here. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. Alright everybody, that's it. Gonna sign her and then I'm gonna sign off. Now just where to put my signature. I think I'm just gonna put it right here. Yeah, it's gonna go right here. No, it's gonna go over here. No, it's gonna go right here. Ooh, that's the struggle. I never know where to sign. Actually, just maybe right over her shoulder right here. That feels kind of appropriate. The irony is that like I do these drawings, work so hard on them, and then I often mess up my very own signature. You guys, I thought a bug was crawling on my face just now, but it was just my own hair. Woof. Man, oh man. Nothing will make me freak out more than thinking a bug is on my face. No, no. We have a lot of stink bugs in our house right now. 'Tis the season. So it is definitely possible. There we go. She is done. All finished. And I will make sure to like take a picture or a video and put it on Instagram so that you all can see like the final result, because I'll probably do a little few like touch-ups just to make her exactly how I want her. Here, let me give you guys like a little view of how she looks close up. All right, there's her face, hand. I love the way the alcohol markers look when they're nice and clean. But there it is. She is all finished. Her name is Latte. Oh, there. That looks good. Those colors look really nice in that lighting. Her name is Latte, and she is all done. And follow me on Instagram. Go be a member of my Patreon if you want to see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that I do. I do a lot of prep work for like lives like this and for drawings like this, and it all is typically on my Patreon. So if you ever want to see more, my Patreon link is in my bio. And then you can always find me on here. So like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm so glad for everybody who joined and was a part of the conversation or just watched. Everyone is always welcome here, and I will try to do another live, like, I don't know, maybe sometime next week. So just stay tuned, turn on your notifications, yada yada, all that good stuff. Yeah, that is all. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time I do a live. Bye, you guys. Oh, there we go. Much better.